Hi there and welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you a workaround to reduce render times when working with natural environments, where we rely heavily on opacity maps for things like grass and leaves. So here I have some grass from Megascans, and as you can see I have an opacity map connected to the shader. Let's start without the opacity maps and do a quick render. So rendering this for a minute, we completed 6.5% of it. Now let's check the render times with the opacity maps. Only 1% completed in the same amount of time. Way slower, but remember that Megascan's grass and plants need opacity maps, otherwise we end up with big chunks of geo and not those fine details coming from the opacity maps. So what's the workaround? There are some render engines that have optimized ways of rendering opacity, like Redshift, but I'm not aware of something similar in Karma. What I ended up doing is creating real geometry from Megascan's atlases in Houdini. Then if you assemble it into grass assets, you can render without opacity maps, and render times will be much slower. So here you can see how I'm cutting the different blades of grass, starting with a trace of the opacity map. After that you might need to reverse the normals and remesh everything. Delete any small parts and creating UVs, and finally adding the normals. Loading the albedo map, you can see how everything is aligning properly. Then I am assembling the different parts into pieces so I can use it in a loop, where it exports the different grass blades individually and also transforms them into the correct location. To make sure the loop exports into different files, I use this simple Python script to simulate the button press on the FBX output node. So now that we have the grass blades, we can assemble the grass assets in speed 3, for instance. In order to do that, you need to create a material and then import the different files into the Meshes tab. Back to the Material tab, you just need to attach the mesh to the material. And that's about it. This scene took me around 1 hour to render in Full HD on Karma CPU. But it would have taken around 16 times more if I used opacity maps. So yeah, hopefully you picked up a few tips, and check out my Patreon where you can grab sample files from my videos and you support the channel. Thank you and see you next time.